Yesterday, a trial was set to begin that could potentially change the media landscape here in the United States. But unfortunately, the plaintiff in this case came down with COVID again, and so the trial had to be postponed until she was once again testing negative. And of course, that plaintiff is none other than former half-term Alaskan Governor Sarah Palin. And the lawsuit is a lawsuit she filed against the New York Times all the way back in 2017, alleging that the paper defamed her. But Monday morning, the judge announced that he had received word the following evening, Sunday evening, that Palin had in fact tested positive, and because she is unvaccinated, we don't know when the trial is actually going to begin. She's going to have to quarantine for a longer period of time, and if she starts showing symptoms, then it's going to be an even longer time before this trial can get underway. Let's not forget that just a month ago, Sarah Palin told us, via an appearance on Fox News, that she would get the COVID vaccine, quote, over my dead body. Careful what you wish for there, Sarah, because this is now your second bout with the virus. And of course, you, like so many others, believe that because you had it once, that means you cannot get it again. And we're starting to see that this natural immunity is not all it's cracked up to be, aren't we? But as I mentioned, this case does have the potential to change the media landscape here in the United States. And I don't say that lightly. This is a very interesting lawsuit that, of course, is now being postponed, where Sarah Palin, believe it or not, is not exactly in the wrong here. If you'll recall, many years ago, it sounds so weird to say because it feels like yesterday. I remember this when it happened. Anyway, the New York Times ran a story blaming Sarah Palin for an event that took place, a shooting that included Gabby Giffords. Because Palin had, not long before that, sent out a letter, an email with targets, actual crosshairs on several congressional districts. And of course, Gabby Giffords was one of those districts. The New York Times blamed her for the actual shooting, said that because of this happened. Now, that is a claim that cannot be proven, but they stated it as if it were proven fact. And as much as I loathe Sarah Palin, blaming her for this was incredibly irresponsible. New York Times has never lost a defamation case tried on U.S. soil in the last 50 years. So if they lose this one and decide to appeal it, because again, they've never lost in 50 years, in my lifetime, they've never lost a defamation case. If it goes all the way up to the Supreme Court, which is a very real likelihood, that's where it could have real ramifications on the media here in the United States, for better and for worse, for the record. It would be better to be able to hold these media outlets accountable. It would be worse because of all of the, independent media outlets out here that would immediately be popped with defamation lawsuits, whether real or imagined, because these people feel emboldened by a Supreme Court decision. And I speak from experience on that. You're talking to somebody who has been targeted multiple times by multiple different right-wing individuals and groups with defamation lawsuits. Now, all the lawsuits have been dismissed. They always are. They send the letter of complaint. I talk to my good lawyer friends that I work with every single day. They send a letter back, and that's the end of it. But a lot of people don't have that kind of privilege. They don't work in law firms 5 days a week. So yes, this could be weaponized if, of course, this goes to the Supreme Court and they loosen the libel, slander, and defamation rules for major media outlets. But it would be good, of course, to be able to hold these outlets accountable when they knowingly lie. And yes, we do have the laws for that, but they're so skewed in favor of the corporate media that it's almost impossible to get a judgment against them. But of course, we're now going to have to wait on any kind of resolution to the story because Sarah Palin thought that her natural immunity was stronger than a vaccine.